Hey gang, this is going to be just a touch up of something that was on our live feed earlier today, Saturday, 19th. We had talked about my job. Basically, I'm starting the training for management, but before that's going to be an official title, I have to start training my replacement for the drive-through window. I met her Friday night. She was doing the, excuse me, she was doing the lobby register. So she's got kind of like the feel for the register system and how to find the different items and punch that in. Now it's to get her feet wet on how to actually handle the headset in the drive-through. Luckily, I won't be, well, I won't have to deal with that until Wednesday because I'm going to be starting training her Wednesday and Thursday night, which is kind of a good time to train her because Wednesday is kind of a wild card day. It could be fast, it could be slow. It really depends on what's going on in Rolla. Now, I know last Thursday or this past Thursday, they had some kind of event going on, so we were kind of busy Thursday night. Um, they're saying that this coming weekend is supposed to be one of the neighboring towns' graduation for their high school, so we might get busy. Um, we might get somewhat busy Thursday or Friday, whenever the graduation is, or even Saturday after graduation. And I already see my schedule for next week, and luckily me, I don't have to work Friday, which is kind of good, kind of bad because if I'm having to train her and she's gonna be there Friday night, um, and it gets busy, she might get literally the brunt of graduation, people coming back from graduation and whatnot. Since the town that's supposed to be graduating next is Newburgh, and that's we're kind of they're kind of in between us and another town that has a Taco Bell. So we don't know how busy we're gonna get, but I'm kind of excited to be able to not only get this person trained to do the window. I'm also excited because of the factor that I will start some of my manager training, which part of that is going to be learning how to do the, excuse me, um, it's going to be doing, I'm going to have to learn how to do the boards again, which basically, boards is basically putting the food products together. And for the most part, I can do them unless they decide to basically make them customized, which means they may take a product off or may add a product on, and so I'll have to literally read the screen to make sure I'm customizing it properly. Otherwise, who knows how difficult it's going to be for me. I mean, the good thing about learning how to do the boards at this time of the year, or any part of fast food this time of the year, especially for Rolla, is because there are no college kids. So yeah, we might have our hectic rush up until midnight on a regular day, and then after midnight for the last 4 hours of the night, it will be slow. I mean, we'll still have customers, but it won't be like stacked on top of each other like it can be during the rush part. And the way my GM has it set up is there will be 4 people on instead of the usual 3 people all week long. That will give me a chance to, if this young lady, I think her name is Tara, yeah, Tara, Tara, or Tarra, something like that. Um, it gives me the chance to step away from doing the food to basically help her with something she might not be able to find. Um, Unfortunately, I can't. I have to look at the computer screen to basically walk her through what she needs to do instead of just sitting and going third button down, so many buttons over, that kind of thing. I'm not the best person at training somebody on certain things. I mean, if it's something that's easily walked through, I can walk them through it. If it's something that I have to be visualizing, I have to look. Sorry, I keep on turning the chair, and that bright light behind me keeps on. See if I can turn that off real quick. Ah, there we go. That's better now. The overhead light's bright enough. Um, if it's something I have to visually look at to say, okay, this is what you need to do, that's when I have to literally go, okay, I got to step around, look at the computer screen, walk her through, step back around, and finish helping make food. Which is good because if there's a fourth person, there's already somebody doing the starting part. I'm just the guy that's gonna put in like the lettuce, tomatoes, and vegetable part, while the first person, the steamer, does heats up the tortilla, puts in the meat product, protein product as we call it, while the second person, which is where I'll be standing probably, puts in like the lettuce and the mayo, lettuce and the sour cream and sauces, and wraps it up and either rolls up the tortilla or wraps it in the paper or both, um, or grill it if it's a grilled product. So it's if it's not too crazy, I will be able to handle it. If it's a little crazy, I might kind of go, need to step away. Which, luckily, I haven't had that problem. After being there for a year, I've kind of gotten to the point where I can handle the speed, I guess you'd say, of what we do. Um, I've gotten a routine which, surprisingly enough, one of my friends, or one of the people I work with, which I'm friends with, however you want to put it, you can say friends. I think me and the guy could have been long lost brothers, or family members, one from another. He laughed at me one time because it looked like because when we got really busy and I was moving at the fastest pace I could without messing up, it almost looked like some sort of weird dance routine, which I'm kind of like, too bad I can't set up my phone to record what the heck I'm doing because I don't understand what they're saying. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Like, I get the job done. Yeah, there are days where I'm not feeling it. Like the last couple of days, I've been feeling under the weather because of my back, and I think it's mostly because of the storms that finally moved in. Because today, with all the storms being active and how muggy it is and whatnot, how high the barometric pressure is, my back is like really hurting. I almost feel like going to take some heavier medication than Advil, but I'm trying not to because I don't want to be one of these people who rely on pills to take away my pain. I want to be able to live without pain, but I don't want to be living dependent of something. Um, that's partially because of my past experience with medication. But that's a different story. If you want to hear that story, leave me a message in the comments, and I'll do a video on that. Yes, my voice is kind of like tight right now because of it's also allergy season. If you can't tell, my face is red partially from allergies and partially from um, some people say rosacea, but the doctor says psoriasis. I don't know which. I just know my face gets red. It gets flaky. I scratch at it out of irritation, and it becomes redder, becomes worse. Which, yes, I know I shouldn't be scratching at it, but I'm a guy. If it irritates me, I'm gonna try to find a way to get rid of the irritation. Whether it's yes, I'm not talking that loud. I'm sorry. It probably sounds like a mumble, and I apologize. I'm probably going to watch this video and redo it if it sounds too low. I am so sorry. It's partially my voice. It's partially just I don't talk loud. I'm not loud. But anyhow, getting off subject. As for what's going on with my job, things are going great with my job. I'm finally, after being there for a year, I'm becoming a shift manager, um, which I've already told a lot of my coworkers and even my GM. I become that. You finally give me that title for management, and basically the leash is going to be removed, and I'm not going to put up with the crew before me leaving the store looking like a bunch of grade school kids was having a food fight. They will clean before they leave, and some of my coworkers and fellow managers are like, oh, "We need somebody to basically jump on these kids to get the stuff done right before they would just run out the door, because that's what they like to do, especially on Friday nights. They want to run out the door as soon as it hits 10 o'clock and not be responsible for their job. And I've got the mentality where you sign the dotted line like everybody else does. You're responsible for helping take care of the store. If not, there's a door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. Partially the way I grew up. Most of the people who grew up in the same era or situations that I did, whether it was military or not, know. Um, you you're part of the team. You have the responsibility to help the other team members keep the store, the department, whatever clean. Because let's say, and I've already pointed this out a couple times, the safety or health inspector walks in and the store looks like a disaster. Now you can't blame anybody but yourself if you fail, because if you're doing your job the right way, you shouldn't fail. If you were doing it the wrong way, which a lot of them do, you will fail. I had the same situation at another job that I worked here in Rolla. I was the overnight manager of Burger King in St. James, Missouri, and it was just me and one other guy because our store was very slow all year round, especially wintertime. It was almost dead. It was just me and one other guy trying to keep the store clean, take orders, feed the customers. I had paperwork. I had all kinds of management stuff to do. And every day we left the place spotless. Everything was clean. It was no crumbs. No, we scrubbed the crap out of the floor every night. Excuse my language. One day, I was told by the GM that the inspector was coming. The health inspector or whoever it was coming the next morning. That I needed to make sure the store was clean. Well, we did our usual. We cleaned the crap out of that store, and I decided I want evidence that the store was clean before I left it. And I was taking pictures left and right of before and after. My phone was filled with like 50 pictures. I came in the next day, and they were like, "Oh, we failed inspection because the place was dirty." I'm like, "Okay, one, here's my evidence of how clean the store was, and two, what time did the inspector come?" "Oh, he didn't come in until 2 p.m." So basically, you had 7 hours between the time I left the store and the time this guy came in to screw everything I did for you people up. "Oh, well, it's because you don't clean." "Excuse me? I don't clean." So I said, "Okay, fine. You're going to see what the store looks like when I don't clean." The next day, they came in. The store was a disaster because I didn't clean shit. I left it that way on purpose. And they were like, I said, "That's what you get for telling me I don't clean." But anyhow, I'm almost running out of time. I don't want to stretch this beyond 15 minutes. But anyhow, that's my story for the day. That's what's been going on. Any comments, leave them below. Any requests, leave them below. I will see them. I will try to fulfill them. Anything you want me to talk about besides my life or me in general, that's fine and dandy. I do take requests just like Jerry. And hopefully I will see you soon on the flip side. You guys have a good night.